You can also look at clinical objective markers, right? These are always going to be telltale. So look at someone's skin. Do you see tinea versicolor? Tinea versicolor almost looks like vitiligo, where the pigment becomes almost a little bit lighter, and it's common that that's candida. I mean, you can go just on Google image, type in tinea versicolor, type in like mild case, because on Google image you'll get the most severe cases, right? And you'll be like, whoa, I don't have that. But just type in like mild tinea versicolor. You'll see almost a little bit of a hypopigmentation in the skin. Now, if you clear it up, the pigment will go back to normal. So it's not like vitiligo where you have an autoimmune destruction of the melanin, but it's more just a candida infection in the skin that's impacting the melanin in the skin. And so that's a good sign. So if you have tinea, that's a good sign that there's candida. Now, again, you can have candida on the skin and not necessarily have it in your gut. Keep that in mind. When it's topical, right, sometimes it's hard to get rid of it, and you have to have topical means to get rid of it. And so we have on the skin. We also have it on the toes, toenails, toenail fungus, that that thicker toenail, or it starts to even go a little bit yellow. That dermatophytes, those candida cells, will actually eat up the keratin, which is the protein in the nail, and it will also create this keratin debris, this thicker type of, almost like a opaque type of nail versus your nail being more like translucent, if you will. Not quite transparent, but more translucent, right? Now it's like opaque and it's thicker. So you'll see that with the keratin debris with candida on the fingernails or on the toenails primarily. And again, when you're that far away, it's hard to get rid of candida on the toes. Internally, a lot of times you have to do it topically. And then we have candida on the hair, right? You can say like seborrheic dermatitis, or you could even put dandruff in that category. A lot of times that's candida in the scalp area, right? And you may have to use different shampoos or different essential oils to address that. So I look at someone and I see, all right, do you have the telltale signs of candida on your body, on your skin, on your hair, on your nails? Yes or no? Okay. And then we're going to look at how you do with carbohydrate, how you do with sugar. Do you notice that you get more bloated, you get more gassy? Now, again, the overlap with candida is it can overlap with other types of bacterial overgrowth. It's very possible. So when you have candida overgrowth, it may not just be candida. So you have to be open to all different things, and you have to be open to the fact that there may be more than one issue going on at the same time. I honestly see candida and H. pylori together a lot. And so you could see H. pylori and candida together. That's a common thing. So you may want to be very mindful on that and say, hey, is there candida there with the H. pylori? Is candida there with blastocystis hominis? Now, so you want to look at that. And so when I look at someone, I say, what are the big risk factors for candida? So most common is just too much carbohydrate. You're eating too much carbohydrate. And again, we could like kind of push that into like processed sugar, processed flour, processed grains. And then it could even be in the healthy category where it's too much fruit, it's too much starch. Are you doing that? Too much fruit, too much starch, too much carbs, too much processed sugar. That's category number one. And if you notice that those things are causing you to get bloated or gassy, it could be that the primary fuel source of candida is going to choose sugar. It's going to choose sugar. So too high on that side of the fence can fuel candida. You can also see things like birth control pills. That can drive candida as well, because birth control pills have an effect on alkalizing the vaginal cavity. And so you may see that vaginal cavity go up a little bit. And when that pH shifts up a little bit, pH is a natural antimicrobial. It prevents microbes from growing. That's why like you may see like apple cider vinegar or white vinegar used as disinfectant, because the pH of that acetic acid, which in that vinegar, is actually very antimicrobial. And so when we look at that, pH plays a big role. So now we say, what areas in the body is pH being impacted? Vaginal canal is going to be impacted by hormones.